Hi there, my name's Vince from mymatevince.com, and in this video today I'm going to show you how to change this faulty latch here. So at the moment the door does still work, but what happens is it gets knocked and then you can't use the handle. If it flips around the wrong way, obviously the door's not going to be able to close. So this is definitely faulty. There's nothing we can do to fix this. We're just going to replace the unit. Now you might be wondering what you need to buy. So for me, I'm lucky and I've managed to get the exact same latch as before. So this is a Screwfix catalogue, and if you have a look at it, it's this one here. And there's two different types to choose from. And it says here the length in millimetres, so 76 millimetres, and then plate to hole 56 millimetres. And then the bottom one is 102 millimetres, and plate to hole is 80. What that means is if you were to measure from here to the middle of the spindle, so in other words the middle of the hole, on this one you can see roughly it does look like it's going to be 56 millimetres, and then the 76 millimetres is the length of the latch in total. So if I get this one here, you can see that the length of the latch in total is 76 millimetres, and from the edge here to the middle of the hole is 56. So if you're unsure, take out the latch to begin with, then bring it down to your hardware shop, and then you can check to make sure you're getting exactly the same one with the dimensions. So let's say, for example, if you can't get the original one that you had before, then look around the place, and you know now that the one that we've got, because we've taken it out and looked at it, is 76 in length and then 56 from the plate to the hole. So we have a look around here, and if you were to have a look here, you can see this isn't going to be good enough because the length is 63, but more importantly, it's the plate to the hole, and it's only 43. So that's not going to fit, because when we put it in here, the holes are not going to line up, and we're not going to be able to use it other than alternate door, which we're not going to want to do. But if you have a look at the other ones, you can see that there is ones here that says 76 and 56, and you know then that they're going to work okay. Let's get started. Right, so to begin with, we need to take off these bits here. Now you might find that there's a little cutout somewhere where you can pop them off because they might be just held on with like a rubber seal. But on these particular ones, you just need to unscrew them. So remember, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. So we're going to be loosening it by turning it to the left, which is anti or counterclockwise. And they're going to come off there like so, and then we're going to do exactly the same on the other side. Now before you do any of this work, make sure that you put down some old newspaper or the carpet underneath where you're working, because often when you take these out there can be little shards of metal and black metal dust and bits of wood that will fall on the floor and make a mess of your nice carpet. So now all we have to do is undo the screws. So in this one here we've got two screws, top and bottom, and then we've also got through bolts, which is like flat on one side and then a screw on the other side. So you can see this is the flat side and then this side is the screw. So they're the two that go right the way through, and they join one handle to the other handle, and then the other screws will be just to steady the handle and keep it in place. So I'm just going to undo them now. And there you go, that's the example of the one that goes right the way through. So you can see that we have a socket there, and then that just slots in together and screws up. Okay, so now we can just take the handle off, and this is where often you might get a lot of dirt and dust fall down, built up in here. Now all we need to do is undo these two screws, and then we're going to slide this out. I'm going to get a little screwdriver just to take off this bit here. And now you can see that the lock is in here, and again often you will get a lot of dirt and build up in there. And this is why you need to protect your carpet, because you get all this stuff that falls out of it. Right, so there we go. It's the empty door now. Now we just need to put in the new one. And now we need to put our new one in, and as you can see I've got exactly the same as the other one. Now it says here this way up, so that side has to go this way up. So obviously don't put it in so that the writing's upside down. It doesn't matter about this part here because we can swap this to determine which way our door opens. So obviously we're going to put it in this way with this side up so we can read it. And then if our door's closing this way, it's going to be like that. And if our door's closing the other way, it's going to be like that. So I'm going to put it there like so. And now what we have to do is, we've got a choice of plates to put it on, whether you want brass or
chrome, so I'm just going to put the chrome one on, and you can see now I'm going to have it, because my door's closing this way, so I'm going to have it this way round. So then my door will be able to close, yeah? And now I just need to do that back up. There you go, and now you can see it's not loose. It's not like the other one that's just out and spinning. And all we have to do now is put the handle back on, which is easier said than done because of those through bolts. This can take a long time to get them to line up properly. You might be lucky and you might get it within 20 seconds. You could be there for 10 minutes trying to get them to line up perfectly, because you don't want to cross thread them. You want it to go in and tighten up nicely. Remember when we put the handles back on, again, they're only going to go one way. So you can see now if I hold this tightly, that doesn't go down, but it goes that way. So obviously that's going to be this side here, so I can move the handle down. So I'm just going to feed that through there. And I'm going to put this one on this side. And now you can see it is going to work. I just need to do up the screws. So to make it easier for myself, because this door was already working perfectly before it broke, I'm going to do the small screws first, which will hopefully line it up better. Because remember, there's a little bit of play here, and that's what makes it hard when we get the bolts to go right the way through. So I'm just going to put the top ones in first, and then come back to these ones. And now what I'm doing, I'm just putting them in the same holes that the screws came out of. I don't want to make new holes, because like I said, it was working fine before, so I'm just going to keep them in the same holes, and hopefully I've got more chance of it lining up better. And I'm going to do exactly the same on the other side, reusing the same holes. Right, so this is now the hard bit, getting this to go through. So now what I'm going to try to do is, you see now what I'm doing is, I'm trying to just hit them against each other. So can you see now I'm doing that? And when I push one, it goes out. So I know they're very close to each other. So now I'm just going to try to just gently do them up. And I'm just doing this by hand. I'm not using my electric screwdriver because I don't want to cross thread it. Now this is the sort of thing that you might be lucky, but you could be here for 10 minutes trying to get this right. Right, I'm going to try that and see if it goes now. Yeah. There we go, now it's pulled that right in now, so I'm happy that that's gone fully in. Right, now I've got to do exactly the same with the ones at the back here, but it's a bit more awkward because the handle's in the way. There you go, so now what's happened is I've missed, they go in like this and now they've both gone in, so I need to try to knock them out so I can get them back out. Right, so I've got the other one out now. Right, okay, that feels good. I'm doing the same again like before. So that feels about right. I'm just going to put the handle down just to try to get it started. Right, I'm happy that that's started, so now I'm going to get my electric drill and go for it. Now I'm using my thumb on this side just to hold that side in to stop it from constantly pushing out. Yeah, and that's taken it now, and there we go. That seems to be working nice again, so I've just got to put the covers back on and we should be all up and running again. So again, when you put them on, just do it nice and gently so you don't cross thread anything. If it's crossing threading like this, don't just keep going, loosen it off again and then start again. Sometimes if you just rotate it maybe a quarter of a turn and try it again, you'll then get it. This should be the easiest part, but it's refusing to go on. No, that's not going on right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to undo the other side. It shouldn't make a difference, but I'm going to swap them over because they both came off very easy. So there's no reason they shouldn't both go on easy. Right, so I'm going to put the good one back on. Let's see if it's going to be okay. That's better. Let me see now if this one goes on here. Yeah, it is. Okay. Well, it shouldn't make a difference what side they go on, but in this one here you can see there that just by swapping them over it works. So now that's nice, there's no real wobble to that, and there's a nice action to that on both sides. So now let's just close it and make sure. Fine, and you can see there's plenty of gap there. When I pull it in there, it goes right the way in. Right, so I hope you enjoyed the video. Please give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and please subscribe for more how-to videos. Take care, bye now.